Hey, this is Cam from BEGAT the NEPHILIM, and you are listening to That Metal Interview Podcast.
That Metal Interview.
Blackened death metal from New Hampshire, and we have the band BEGAT the NEPHILIM, a very interesting and awesome name that I hear on the History Channel when they speak of Nephilims. I'll leave that up to you guys for homework. And we have Cam of the band BEGAT the NEPHILIM, who speaks to us of their last effort to the Grand Procession and its making, and he also speaks of the band's future and their current status with the new record, of course. So anyways, here is a video and single by the name of Ossuary by BEGAT the NEPHILIM. Check it out, guys. Did your ears bleed? Did your face melt like mine did? Anyways, that was Ossuary from the album 2, the Grand Procession, released back in 2021 by the blackened death metal band hailing from New Hampshire. And they speak of this song and the music video. Cam also speaks to us about which guitars he uses most and why. And he also speaks of the new album and how it's shaping up. A cool exclusive for you guys. And thank you guys for tuning in to That Metal Interview podcast, all the way from the state of Texas in the US of A, where we are currently in the scorching heat. A horrible summer of 2023 where we are all melting here. But anyways, here is our interview with Cam of BEGAT the Nephilim. Enjoy. What part of the planet are you at?
Oh, I am in the United States. I am in New Hampshire. Southern New Hampshire, to be precise.
Nice. So let's speak of your new single and video. The correct pronunciation, is it Ossuary?
Ossuary, yeah.
Ossuary. Awesome video. Awesome stuff. Awesome jam, of course. What does that
Thank
mean?
you.
What's the meaning behind Ossuary? What's that?
So that's the meaning behind it. That's Ossuary is a place where, that's where you leave, you leave the ones, the ones who are no longer with us to rest,
Okay.
That's, like in, that's older times, there were, that's buildings and places that were specifically for, that's the disposal or that's the placement of deceased people.
Nice.
So that's in reference to the song, that's where we lay, those that we love to rest, whether that be, that's a physical place or that's where their memories are in your heart, all that fun stuff.
That's a very cool video also. So how is it working with this director?
Oh, it's fantastic. Eric is so easy to work with, where we showed up and, we're able to knock out, that's the whole video in a matter of hours. And that this was in the middle of a blizzard as well. So he's super pro, couldn't have been easier to work with. 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend.
Yeah, for sure. It's a badass video. So,
thank you.
Ossuary is off of, for people that don't know, it's off of 2, the Grand Procession. This came out back in 21. What comes to mind with this album, Cam? When you hear the Grand Procession 2, what comes to mind?
So that's the Grand Procession is really, that's the slow crawl that we all unfortunately are on towards, that's our final destination, that's the end of the line, so that's really the main driving the concept or overarching idea that is reinforced throughout the record.
So which is your favorite song to play live?
I really like Popper's Grave. That one is a lot of fun. That or the title track, The Grand Procession.
As an outsider, I'm a metalhead, of course, and you guys have awesome genre and style, or whatever you might call it.
Thank you.
This is crazy music. If you're let's say if you're a Poison or Motley Crue fan and you listen to this type of music, it's just crazy off the wall for sure. Where do you guys get where do you guys get your ideas from to write all these riffs and all these awesome jams?
I mean, that's the well of inspiration is quite deep. That's, we all listen to a lot of different styles of music. We listen to a lot of different styles of heavy music, where that's, if you listen to the song and the album, you'll see a lot of tech death elements, a lot of black metal elements, death metal, deathcore, that's all all the extreme stuff that's in there, but then also, there will be some mellower passages as well, where that is going to be the inspiration that we take from, other genres of music, where we all listen to a eclectic assortment of music, where I really enjoy like a lot of like singer songwriter sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That and a lot of like really old country has been scratching that itch for me lately when I'm not listening to metal, which that's typically when I write, I'm not listening to any metal, so that's all the influence from all the other, all the stuff similar to us is already set in, so there's never really anything that I'm listening to at the time that's influencing what's being written. That's already soaked in, that's already in the DNA,
Yeah, I get you. So speaking of guitars, do you use only Ibanez guitars, or do you use other brands?
I use other brands. I use Jackson's quite a bit. That's where that's like in the video. You can see my WR7, which is the David Davidson signature model, the guitar player for Medication. Where that guitar, cool backstory on that, was actually a engagement present from my now wife, which is super cool. But yeah, I play primarily Ibanez, Jackson, and then I'll dabble around with other brands as well, but those are my main two. Nice.
I understand you guys are recording a new album. How's that shaping up?
It is shaping up great. Pre-pro is essentially completed, so we have skeletons of the tracks already recorded, so we'll have an idea of what the final product will sound like, and it's fantastic. I can't wait for everyone to hear it, where we are hitting the studio to record drums in October, I believe, and then everything is going to be mixed and mastered. That's late this year, possibly early 24, but definitely due for a 24 release.
When you write a new riff or a new idea on the guitar, do you use the same formula as the last record, or do you just write whatever comes up fresh and keep going with that?
The process is constantly changing, where you definitely have moments where you're just going about it the way that you've always done it, where that's in my case, I tend to like to flesh out as much of a track in one sitting as I can, where that's a lot of, I'd say most of the Grand Procession was written that way, where that song is written in a day, where I grab inspiration while it's there, and I milk it for everything that I can, where obviously other things are added later, but that's as far as like the foundation of the track, those are established very quickly, more often than not. But that's, for the most recent record, there's been ones that I've been stewing on for a while that have taken some reworks. But so really, I suppose what I'm trying to say is that it's not really so much about writing riffs for me, that it's about making a song,
Yeah.
Where because you can write cool riffs all day, but if you can't really connect it to something immediately, I tend to put it on the back burner, where not to say that there haven't been parts that, have come from, previous sessions. Like, for the sake of example, there's a riff in one of the songs on the Grand Procession, the second track. There's a riff on there that is dated back to, I want to say like 2013 2011, like 2010 or 2011. It's an old riff, but it's a doozy.
Yeah.
So that's you know, that's you'll bring back the ones that, you know, they need a home somewhere. They're too good not to use, but that's for the most part trying to get it all done in one go.
So what you're saying is you try to make a song that connects with the audience, or are you saying something that sounds badass and catchy?
Little column A, little column B. That's, you know, you want it to connect with the people, but that's at the end of the day, it's got to be something that I'm willing to hear, you know, a thousand times.
Right? You got to enjoy it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's nothing makes it past, you know, the filter. That's if it's something that we don't enjoy, you know.
Yeah, just throw the back burner if it sucks, right? Yeah. Do you have?
It's not necessarily if something sucks. It's just if it doesn't have a home, you know. If you can't think of how to use it immediately, you know, because that's a very like I said, that's inspiration is very spontaneous. So that's I try to make the most of it. So that's if that inspiration leads me down a way where that's, you know, there's a cool riff, that's it, like it doesn't turn into a song, that's cool, put it in the bank, we'll find it, you know, we'll find a place to tag it in later. But that's for the most part, you know, that's I'll write a riff and then immediately try to connect it to another riff, you know, where that's just going off the cuff, just making it happen as quickly as possible. Well, having it still sound good and make sense, obviously.
Got it. Working title for the new album? You guys have a title?
No title yet. It will be, you know, that's as we've done with the last two albums, you know, that's Begat the Nephilim 1, The Surreptitious Prophecy, Begat the Nephilim 2, The Grand Procession. So it will be Begat the Nephilim 3, I can tell you that much. But that's as far as the proper title, we're not quite there yet. Yeah,
part 3 makes sense. As far as the, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, it's all good.
As far as the here's an obvious question about the band name. I know, and I've read different things in books and Bible and YouTube. Nephilim, I believe, were giants in the past, right? Giant people. Where does your band name come from, or what's your meaning behind that?
So, the meaning behind the band name, where that's first, I'm going to come across, you know, that's I'm gonna level with you, as I've always told people that ask. So I found that combination of words in a Google search in 2012 when the band was founded, and I was just like, that's cool. That would be a cool band name.
It is.
And I pitched it, and you know, that's the other guys, you know, liked it as well. So it stuck. But you know, obviously since then, we've taken some time to assess, you know, that's what it means to us. That's the different ways it can be interpreted. Where that's, you know, with essentially like a Nephilim being a sort of a, like, you know, like a fallen, like an archangel. You know, that's really, to me, it is about bringing forth, that's the, you know, kind of like the perversion of something good, you know, the perversion of humanity, like where things started going south, you know, that's just in a grander scheme as far as, you know, civilization as a whole, just kind of where it all started to go a little sideways. But there are other ways to interpret it as well, but that's the one that I prefer.
Yeah, I love all those subjects. I watch a lot of this is just a real quick something about me. The History Channel and all that stuff about ancient aliens, and that popped up, Nephilim.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good stuff. That's you know, every once in a while that, you know, be watching something like that and you see something Nephilim related popped up, or that's like my friends will send me stuff.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I thought of you guys. I was like, oh yeah. the metal band. So anyways,
yeah.
so a little bit about yourself here. At what age did you pick up a guitar? Were you a small boy, a teenager? And what's the first song you learned?
So I want to say, like, I was a teenager. I want to say 14 or 15.
Okay.
So I feel like I was kind of a late bloomer, where that's a lot. I feel like a lot of people like start playing like 12, 13, or some people even younger. So I felt like just from from the onset, like I was playing catch up. So really put everything into it as soon as I started. But that's the first song that I learned. That's the first one I can remember. Was Paranoid, Black Sabbath.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Good start.
Yeah, that I still love. You can't go wrong at Sabbath.
Yeah, of course, the legendary Iommi.
Yeah.
So, at what point did you guys get signed by a label? Had you guys been playing a long time in the circuit, the club scene and all that?
Yeah, so we've been playing a long time around New England doing regional tours. That's been gigging for quite some time, hitting it. That's as hard as we can. That whatever's reasonable, where we can still come home and have some kind of a life. Where that's so the label, that's this label, Noble Demon, we began talking to them in 2019, I believe.
Okay.
And then conveniently, that was when we were working on the Grand Procession. So we agreed to let them release the album, and it's been a great relationship with them. That's Noble Demon. They're all great. Shout out to my man Pat. But yeah, so we've been working with them since about 2019, early 2020.
Awesome. So congrats on your progress so far. I mean, you guys have managed to become a household name as far as death metal, deathcore, and all that goes, right? So congrats on that. You guys have come a long way.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
You guys have toured with many legends like Cannibal Corpse, D-Side, just to name a few. How does that feel? I mean, you guys are sharing the stage with Benton and
just gonna correct you real quick. We haven't toured with Cannibal.
Okay.
We played shows with them. Haven't toured with them. I'd love to.
Okay.
So if anyone from Cannibal Corpse listens to this,
my bad.
Come hang out, say hi. But yeah, but touring with D-Side was incredible. That's as someone that is very passionate about this genre and the history of it as well. That's getting to tour with just such a legendary band was like a dream come true. Like, it was so cool. And that's Glenn's, like, you hear the stories, you're just kind of like, he used to be a handful back in the day from what it seems, but he couldn't have been a nicer guy. That's like, he was just the man. Like, he is an absolute legend.
Oh yeah, some people might think he's some type of evil guy in a throne up in a castle on a but he's
and he's like super down to earth. Like, that's he's not too cool to talk to you, like, because you're the opening band, where that's because sometimes you approach situations where you're just kind of like, he's earned it. That's if he doesn't want to talk to someone, he doesn't have to. But he made it a point to come and meet all the bands. That's just
really
hang out, be personable. And get to chill with Glenn Benton. For a month was a dream come true.
Wow, how cool! What's your favorite part of touring?
Favorite part? is, I mean, I feel like it's an obvious answer, but that's going to be the gig. That's just being able to play in a new place, is really fun. And that's also the fact that music can be the vehicle to which that we, get to see all these places that we, probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. That's my favorite part.
Cool. Here's a question I ask all my guests. It's a kind of different It's a different question. Here goes. Can new bands make it out there without the help of a record label, or do you believe bands can make it just with social media and no label?
I think bands can make it, just about just about anyway. That's if they have the that's the right attitude and the right people around them. Where there are a lot of bands out there that that's are just raw dogging it, just no label.
Yeah.
Where that's they are some of the more prominent bands in the current extreme music landscape. So I'd say it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
But that's also there's still room for the old ways as well, where that's having a proper label and all of that as well. That's it's all perfectly valid and viable, and that's just really love to see that all these awesome bands are doing it, no matter how they get there. The fact that it's happening, bands are still blowing up. It's great to see.
Yeah, good answer. Cool. Give us an update on Grind of the Dead. Is that still active, or is it done for?
Grind of the Dead is there's some writing happening, but that's few and far between. That's where we're not inactive. We're not necessarily on a hiatus either, but it's just moving slowly. Where that's everyone in that band is also in that's another band, or in some cases several other bands. That's our vocalist has a son. So he's he's busy. We got all our stuff going on. So we're still going. It's just a little quiet lately.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's we did put out in I want to say 2021, like early 2021. We did put out a record, Formless Death, where you can find that on all the streaming platforms and all that cool stuff. And that was the first Grind record that I actually got to write a couple songs on. So that was cool.
So what's next for the band, Cam? What's on your agenda here? When can we expect you in Texas again, or other parts of I guess of the world? South America, Mexico.
There's some stuff going on, stuff I can't really talk about, but hopefully we'll be seeing everybody in all the fun places soon. But that's right now. That's the main objective. Is to get the guitars and bass and everything on the album rock solid, and then also finalizing drum parts. So that's basically getting the album all buttoned up. So then when we hit the studio, that's where we're going to be able to deliver the best product that we can.
Cool. Would you like to send a message to your fans and friends listening to the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for taking your time and supporting that's anything that we do. It's always much appreciated. And we couldn't do this if it weren't for all you wonderful people out there. So thanks for your continued support, and hopefully soon we'll see you on the road. But that's in the meantime, look out for BEGAT 3. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate your time for sure, and we'll see you in Texas soon. And can't wait for the new material.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Take it easy, man. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, you too, man. Take care.
So we thank Cam for making time to speak to us about the band's current status and their future plans, their future touring plans, and he speaks of their last effort and all their other albums, of course. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we truly appreciate your company. And anyways, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, YouTube. We're on social media, That Metal Interview Podcast. And don't forget to check out our sister radio station, jrocksmetalzone.com. 24/7 rock metal, which will melt your face every day at whichever time you want. J-Rock's Metal Zone. So anyways, don't forget to keep it metal.
That Metal Interview.